My name is Mike Z. I'm a director of software development at Verisk. I work in the Core Lines technology group. And let's just jump right into our problem. When you think about our Core Lines content, we think about our proprietary forms, our rules, our loss costs, and we think about the supporting context of the regulatory processes. And we want to make sure, and we also think about our circulars, right? Those documents that wrap our content. And the truth is that there's a lot of valuable content that's trapped inside those documents, and we want to be able to make sure that you guys can get access to it, because it's slow to get access through the documents, and it's hard to connect the content through those documents. And so that's where we're starting from. In the transformation, with our insurance experts, we've designed a new content model, and we're trying to build, and we're going to build it out as we add things to it. Instead of searching circulars and attachments, we want our users to be able to access the specific features of the content and access the exact grain that they're interested in, and then also surface up the connected grains to that. So we're turning this content into structured, queryable business objects that can be flexibly organized and integrated into our consumer use cases. I can't really go into the specifics of the content model, but I do just want to highlight these kind of 4 objectives that we have, which is specificity. We want to make our content as specific as possible into the smallest grains that are useful, like an explanation of change or an exclusion. We also want to make sure that you guys have the context around this content, so that each grain makes sense on its own, but also in relationship to the other objects. Credibility and confidence. This is critical, that our content, the metadata, that they are authoritative, verifiable, and governed, so that people who use this content can do it reliably. And queryable, we just want to make sure that our content can flow into the different downstream systems smoothly. I just want to highlight that the first 3 of these objectives, these are grounded on our insurance experts here at Verisk. And that's where we came from. That's where we're coming from. So why are we doing this? I think it is about flexibility. It is about getting people access to the content that they need quicker. But that kind of middle bullet that I have there is about the context. And I think we are generating the context around the content through the metadata. And by giving you guys access to that, we think we can flow that into technologies like AI and do some interesting, innovative experiences from that. And then the last point is, we're using these digital content model kind of as our guardrails on our AI journey. So we can take our digital content and then expect that our content that as we have these conversations with the LLMs are following through that model. Okay, so over the last few years, we've been using Gen AI. We're on this journey. The LLMs are great. They're super powerful. But what we have discovered is that raw AI isn't enough. So we need something there to give us a little bit more. We need something so that when someone looks at it, they know that that content is correct and that they can rely on that. So this is where we are. We really do believe that. So what I'm talking about right now is about this delivery process. We want to make sure that we put our insurance experts in the middle of this. We want them to be kind of forward in this process. We want them to be able to do these kind of important activities, like doing the business requirements, but also helping us design the pipelines, explain the reasoning around there, doing the quality assessment and fine-tuning, and also doing the operational control of these pipelines once they go into production. So, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for tools that can put them right in the middle of this. And over the last couple of months, we've been working with Arivonix and trying to prove that out, bring the SMEs into this workflow. We've been building out these agents and these pipelines and using their inputs to make it better. So anyway, thanks.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm Jayend Krishnamoorthy, CEO of Arivonix. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Mike. It is a brilliantly complex and technically demanding use case, as you can see. On surface level, it just looks like another document processing workflow, right? But take a look at the reality. The accuracy it demands is a lot, right? That makes it very complex, right? Again, it's the nature of this domain, right? In insurance, we want everything to be 99.9% accurate. Without that, there's no meaning to the data, right? So let's see a live demo how Arivonix AI team helped Verisk to solve this problem. Um, Before we get into a demo, I just want to give you a brief about what is Arivonix AI. So Arivonix AI is an enterprise-grade agentic AI platform. And so Arivonix AI, we can actually ingest data from 250 plus different sources into the system. So think like you seemingly connect with all this data quickly, like in no time. And it comes up with 200 plus pre-built already agentic AI pipeline tailored for insurance and many industries. So all you have to do is just go, drag, drop, plug it, and you'll be done. And in this complex use case, like Mike explained, you might see there are three core problems, right? Number one, I'm sure you would have heard it from your technical team, if you are from a product team, or you would have said it being in a technical team, right? Hey, we built an AI solution for this use case, and here you go, right? This is something you would have already heard from the team, right? But when you start testing with another set of data from another line of business, you'll see that it's not working, right? And this creates what we call the trust issue, right? Because it's like a black box. The AI is being built like a black box that cannot be well explained to subject matter experts, or it cannot be well explained to the product team, right? And so in Arivonix, we bring the product team, the subject matter team, the technical team, and the DevOps team all into the same platform. They collaborate seamlessly. They all see with full transparency what is happening, what is being built, how it is being built, etc. And next comes okay, somehow we build the solution, great. Since it needs 99.9% accuracy, you need to touch with a human in the loop. And this creates another challenge. So most of the human in the loop process takes 10 to 15 minutes of a subject matter experts to validate. And that's 2% a year. So you build a solution in 1 week, but you need 2% a year to validate. So within Arivonix, we come up with a lot of human in the loop tools that can help you to quickly validate all the edge cases in few seconds. That is what makes things different. And last but not least, okay, you have the product, you got the blessing, and now when you take it to the production, it doesn't scale or it is not working as expected, and you will see all the DevOps products crying. But we come up with everything built in. Just in few clicks, DevOps team can turn it into a production. And so with that, it's no compromise on AI security or AI compliance. So it comes up with all pre-built AI governance, AI security, and very tightened AI security, including the zero trust security and micro-segmentation. We call it nano-segmentation. With no further delay, I just also want to introduce to Agent Arivon. So we call it your AI data colleague. This is much more cooler. Of course, we provide all this drag and drop, but you will see how even your user stories can turn into a data pipeline in few minutes. With no further delay, I like to jump in to show you a demo of it, live demo of it. So here you can say, we can come and start creating. First of all, I'll just show you. This is a user story in your Jira, where you have a story to create a dashboard, to get the data, parse the data, and create the structure, create the unstructured to structure. And finally, you want the use case talks more and more about, I want to push this into a knowledge graph. Let's grab that user story. Let's go and create a pipeline. And we do have a sophisticated, what we call Agent Arivon, where he can take in this user story. So you can see I just copy pasted the user story, and now it does the rest of the processing. It helps you to understand what is your user story, what you're really looking for, what is your unstructured document looks like, and it is now thinking to lay out your complete data pipeline in these steps. So you can see it's like I started trying to create many nodes, many transformation nodes, how you want to clean up the data, how you want to process the information, and finally, boom, like you get your first initial version of your pipeline for you to consume. Of course, this I will not say like I will not go and climb this is 100% perfect, but this gives you a 90% start. All you have to do is now like go back and tune the rest 20% or 10%. But importantly, you can see here, this has created a complete data pipeline for you, including it tries to even push it into the knowledge graph. So what it actually did is it took an unstructured document, just made it structure and cleaned up all the data, connected all the data, and finally pushed it into the knowledge graph. And the outcome of the knowledge graph will more or less look like this.